I say it's great to be a Crimson Warrior. I say it's great to be a Crimson Warrior. I say it's great, hold on, to be a Crimson Warrior. I say it's great, hold on, to be, okay, a Crimson Warrior. You know what I mean? Crimson Tide, Link Gang, Eastside, Fire. You know what I'm saying? You already know we rocking, man. 334. Shout out to the gang members, man. Shout out to the squad. But anyways, man, it's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take it easy for you ends up like this. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. And if y'all do want to join the NBA 2K26 League, Discord link is in the description down below. And like I said, when I say jump, nigga, you say how hard. You know what I'm saying? So don't come in there thinking you finna run game, because you're not. If you don't do what I say, poof, pow, be gone. You know what I mean? But we got the AP poll. Y'all know I do this every single week for all my new subscribers and new viewers. If y'all do want to go see all my college football reactions, I got them all bundled up in the playlist section for y'all. It's called College Football Reactions. So hopefully y'all enjoy the other playlist sections as well. But coming off a big win against South Carolina, you know what I mean? Round of applause. Everybody clap for the daddy. Everybody clap for the daddy. You know, the standard of college football. We are who people wants to be. We are what people are chasing to be. We are what Georgia wants to be. We are what Ohio State wants to be. We are what Indiana wants to be. We are, I'm feeling bewildered. I'm feeling some preaching going on. Hold on, I said we are what Texas A&M wants to be. We are where Ole Miss want to be. We are the standard. They hate on us. They belittle us. They talk down on us. But at the end of the day, they want to be us. Did y'all hear what I said? Oh my God, I just preached the gospel today. I want y'all to hear what I said. Turn up the volume. Sit your black self down and listen to what I said. I said they belittle us. I said they talk down on us. They talk bad about us. They talk behind our back. But at the end of the day, they want to be us. In their mind, when it comes to success, all they see is roll tide roll. See, they do not like us, but they want to be us. That's a different level of hate. I do not like them, but I want to be them. Dude, no one wants to be like Alabama. So you don't want to be success? You don't want to be Alabama? How? How you don't want to be success? You don't want to be Alabama. Okay. We are in the forefront of everybody's mind. Everybody wants to be the next standard. Every coach wants to be the next Nick Saban. Keep lying to yourself. But yeah, man, hard fought game. You know, South Carolina, a great team. I'm not going to say I thought South Carolina had us. Because I've seen this under Kalen DeBoer. You know, games like that we lose. So honestly, I thought South Carolina had us. I was nervous, but I always say what I say. What I say. I say good teams find a way to win through adversity. Through the back. The back was against the wall. Their back was against the wall Saturday afternoon, excuse me. Their back was against the wall. They were facing adversity. It was Ty Simpson versus the world. It was Deontay Lawson versus the world. It was Alabama versus the world that night. I've seen it on TV. I was seeing it, you know, Lenore Sellers, Jeremy, I don't think Jeremy Bernard scored. This was, you know, the little trick play, the beautiful design play by Ryan Grubb, you know what I'm saying? Fake pass to Cuevas in the end zone, tied it up 22-22. So I'm looking at the TV and I'm seeing all the students run down like they were just literally like waiting to run on the field. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing a few minutes later their hearts will be broken. So that game right here showed me how much my boys wanted. Never stop giving up. Never stop fighting. Until the clock says 0-0-0. This right here shows that Alabama is coming for it all. This shows it. 100%. And what people don't understand is that we were the same team last year with a trash quarterback. Everything that y'all experiencing now, the pain, the beat downs that y'all experiencing now, we were the same team last year. We were the same defense last year. We were the same offense last year. We just had mildew. Did I not tell y'all before the season started? I said, hey, mildew's going now. Mildew can't save you. I said that, right? No losing to Oklahoma. No losing to Auburn. No losing to Death Valley. We coming for it all. Point blank, period. That's all I got to say, man. See where we at.
We got breaking news out of college football where the latest AP poll has been released. The top 6, no.
Win, loss, tell me why do we have 2 by our name? You want us to be 2? Y'all be hating on Alabama so bad. It makes no sense. Like, bro, you know, like, we got 1 loss. Like, out of all the teams, you got every other team correct but us. Bro, this CBS Sports, boy, y'all be hating on Alabama OD. Why you got us a loss up there? Everybody else correct. Ohio State record correct. Indiana record correct. Texas A&M record. But no, we gonna put 2 by Alabama. How I knew CBS didn't like Alabama. I told y'all last year, oh my God, they was one of the main stations, bro, that had SMU going there before us. They didn't want us to go. But it was crazy. I told y'all, I knew last year, we put the fear of God in people. Last year, when I was on TikTok and Instagram and I seen how many people were afraid, talking about like the hypocrisy was real. You had people talking about we didn't deserve, how I knew people were scared. They talking about we ain't deserve to get in, but South Carolina did. A 3-loss team does not deserve to get in, but yet you saying South Carolina should get in. But yet you didn't have a problem with Clemson getting in, a 3-loss team. Only us, we can't get in. Y'all, Alabama can't get in, but South Carolina can get in, though. Because they deserve it. But you know dang well they ain't deserve it over us. You know they just an easier win than us. That was the reality. You know South Carolina ain't deserving more than us. You know Clemson ain't deserving more than us. You know no other team, Ole Miss, that you was naming deserved it more than us. You just know there was an easier win in Alabama. Just put the fear of God in you. SMU deserve more than us. Yeah, they deserve more than us, but they ain't have a ranked win ever. Didn't got their head beat in, but they deserved it more than us. I seen last year how much y'all fear Alabama for real. Last year should have showed every Alabama fan how much we feared. Should have showed y'all last year. I was like, I've never seen a team. Like, I definitely feel like the committee was forced hand. I've never seen a team like get boycotted like that. I've never seen a team like people claim to not be so worried about, but yet it's going the whole length. I'm talking about, bro, the whole week, boy, when I was on TikTok back then. All I was seeing is people complaining and people crying about Alabama not being in the playoffs. It's not making sense to me. So you're not worried about us, right? But yet you're crying on TikTok about us if we get in. You just don't deserve it, but South Carolina deserves it. A team that we beat deserves to get in before us. Another 3-loss team? Okay. People just be lying to themselves to make themselves feel bad. People just be lying to themselves, bro. Knowing like they just like people are just counterfeit. And the outside they try to portray something they not in the inside. The inside is truly what a person is. And the outside you just talking. You don't even believe what you're saying. You just trying to make yourself sound good. You trying to make yourself look good. You trying to make yourself sound confident. But deep down inside, boy, you a hoe. Deep down inside, bro, you ain't confident. You just bluffing. You just bluff. It's a whole lot of people out here that be bluffing.
Change.
Be bluffing.
Number 1,
Full of bluff.
Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Texas A&M. all receiving first-place votes. The Big 12 has a season-high 5 teams.
Can you confront why we got a number 2 by our name game? Just I just want you to like confront that. Why do we have a number 2 by our name? Why are we the only team that record is bad? Record is messed with. Can you just tell me that, please? All I want to know.
College football, where the latest
Address that for
poll has been released.
I thought we were 7-1.
No change. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Texas A&M. All receiving first-place votes. The Big 12 has a season-high 5 teams in the top 25 this week, with number 10, BYU, leading the pack. So let's take a look at the full AP poll. Shout out to Vanderbilt, up 1 spot after a big win at home.
They're going to say everything. You see, they're going to compliment everybody else but us. You see that? Don't compliment everybody else but us. Yeah, don't compliment us though, and don't address that 2 on our record though. Okay.
Let's take a look at the full AP poll. Shout out to Vanderbilt, up 1 spot after a big win at home over Mizzou. So there's BYU there. They're tied with Miami for that number 10 spot. Notre Dame, no change for them on a bye. Tennessee and Louisville up 3 spots. Also,
Texas moved up
going up 4 spots
after almost losing
against Utah
Mississippi State
this weekend. Texas moving up 2 spots after winning a squeaker in overtime against Mississippi State. 5 more teams here on this list.
Almost lost to Mississippi State. Utah beat the brakes off Coach
at number 24, and Memphis, looking like they are right on track to punch their ticket to the college football playoff.
In by Utah. Y'all ain't see that.
South Florida went from unranked
53-7
to ranked. Michigan up
Jesus
4 spots into number 21. So there you have it. The new poll is out. Let's react to it by welcoming in Damian Harris, Brad Crawford.
I like Damian. Thank you, Damian. Thank you for having an Alabama alumni here.
One first place vote, but man, that was an impressive win in Death Valley at night over LSU.
Yeah, bro, you got your head beat in. I'm gonna keep it real. I did not expect Texas A&M to steamroll y'all like that. Like Texas A&M looks legit, bro. Either they look legit or y'all just garbage. I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them two. Either they legit or y'all garbage. Just heard your head coach just got fired too. That's the wrong time to get fired while playing Alabama. You should have kept Kelly until you faced us. Now you got a new head coach facing us. That's bad. Now we finna catch all where y'all are. It's dysfunction. People finna enter the transfer portal. Everything. I think LSU, either LSU are just bad or Texas A&M is just legit.
What's
one of those two
to be number 1?
You'll see the SEC championship
last night. I mean, LSU. We were having conversations about them, talking about how they were down and away, and how nothing.
That was me from.
They had only lost 1 football game, so they were still very much in the mix. Well, here comes Texas A&M. Here comes Marcel Reed. Here comes Kevin Elko in this defense, and they just absolutely manhandled LSU from start to finish. There were times where LSU kept it competitive, but man, this Texas A&M
that catch was crazy.
The best receiving corps in college football that we're not talking about. The development of Marcel Reed, the fact that they held LSU to the amount of points that they did, which wasn't very many. I mean, they made a clear case to be one of the better teams in the country, and they're putting a lot of people on notice. If you are not aware of Texas A&M right now, go ahead and pick us up on your radar, because we're in the driver's seat to make an SEC championship. We're in the driver's seat to get to the college football playoff. What we saw in Death Valley last night, that is.
I would love to play y'all in the SEC championship. I would love it.
49.
I want to see y'all really legit.
Death Valley at night. Brad, I remember a time where it was just
I'm kind of 50-50
for the Tigers at home, and they got embarrassed.
They sure did. And to Damian's point, I think there's a case for Texas A&M to move up in these rankings. But let's not discredit what Ohio State and Indiana have done either.
They haven't played anybody. Ohio State has not played anybody. Indiana is beating a trash UCLA team. Like UCLA got a little hype of beating the trash Penn State team. Indiana, what you did to UCLA does not impress me. I would definitely have Texas A&M over you because they playing comp. Who is Ohio State playing? They're playing nobody. You know, it's just real. Ohio State played nobody yet, bro. Indiana's playing nobody. Oh, we beat number 2 Oregon. Oregon sucks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Texas A&M, in my opinion, should not be number 1 either. We should be number 1 at that. Just keeping it a bucksky with you. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, we the number 1 team in the country. East Side 5. So I ain't finna see Texas A&M should be number 1. You want to go on my book? My book, we should be number 1. The team that got the most ranked wins in the country should be number 1. But I get we lost to that trash Florida State team. I get that, though. You know what I mean? I get why you want to put us number one. I get that. That trash old little bum old school, losing to Stanford, losing to Pittsburgh, losing to Virginia, you know what I'm saying? Losing to Miami. It's like, how did we lose to that bum team?
8 or 9 weeks. We worried about Texas A&M's defense coming into last night's game at LSU. Played well in the second half, dump truck the Tigers there, but Ohio State and Indiana don't have the same issues A&M has defensively. Now, that said, I think A&M clearly joined a upper tier of elites in college football. There's 3 teams right now, Ohio State, Indiana, A&M included, that are just head and shoulders above the rest. And that's for
no, they're not. Like head and shoulder. No, they're not, bro. Like you just said head and shoulder, bro. No, they're not. I swear, you just be talking. Just said Texas A&M. Texas A&M doesn't even have a hard schedule for real either. Thank you for pointing this out for me. Let's go look at Texas A&M schedule. Texas A&M hasn't played anybody at all except for LSU. You know what I mean? They're a 3-loss team, but and they're not even ranked anymore. LSU not even ranked anymore. So yeah, you played UTSA, Utah State, you played Notre Dame, barely won that game. You played Auburn, barely won. Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, who is not even ranked anymore, trash. Then you played Missouri. And they're going to be up without their starting quarterback. And then you play South Carolina. I see you getting upset about South Carolina, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. And then you play Sam. It's like you start looking at it, but you haven't played nobody. Being real. So that's why I was kind of 50-50. I'm like, LSU's not really that. They lost. They got their head beat in by Vanderbilt. So LSU not really comp for real. You know what I mean? They're like bottom of the barrel SEC school. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Garrett Nussmeier sucked. This is not a good team. So it's like, I don't feel like you're a number 3 team. Same thing for Indiana. Same thing for Ohio State. In my book, I feel like we're number 1. If you call it bias or you want to call it, you don't play nobody. You haven't played anybody for real. Your schedule was cupcake compared to ours, bro. We had to play 4 straight ranked schools. Then we had to go and play South Carolina on homecoming. Then we got to play LSU. Then after LSU, we got to play Oklahoma.
LSU, Emily, it's looking rough for Brian Kelly, but you see A&M schedule right there.
Bro, Brian Kelly.
That win at Notre Dame in September with Marcel Reed leading that fourth quarter comeback, that was the start of something special this season for Mike Elko, who has the SEC's lone remaining unbeaten here heading into Week 10.
I feel the need to point out that Indiana had themselves a nice Saturday as well.
Did they? I mean,
50-point win over UCLA. Of course, the Buckeyes still stay at number 1. They were on a bye week, but
Indiana's so fraud, boy.
As big as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, definitely not now. I do want to say, though, I agree 100% with Brad. Although I became an Aggie for a second. I gave him the thumbs up. But Ohio State is the best team in college football based on...
No, they're not. Come on, Damian Harris. Like, you just saying that, bro, because you're on CBS. Deep down inside, you do not feel that way, bro. Like, you do not feel that way. You do not feel like Ohio State is the best. No, they're not. They have an unproven quarterback, Julian Sand. Unproven quarterback. Like, they had to get bro. They had the easiest road to the college football players last year. Like, let's be real. Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all, Tennessee is not a top SEC school for real. I did think they could be Ohio State, but let's be real. They're not a top SEC school for real. And then you played Texas, who was garbage. Almost lost to Arizona State. Garbage as heck. Then you went to play Notre Dame, bro. Like, you really had an easy schedule to go throughout the whole season. They're not the best team at all.
What we've seen up until this point, I mean, you've got a guy in Julian Sand who's leading the country in completion percentage, a top 4 offense in the country, the number 1 defense in the country, and they don't look like anybody has competed with them outside of Texas in Week 1. So I think that Brad is absolutely right. Although Texas A&M, they added themselves into that upper echelon of college football.
It's college football jump.
All
pissing
roads
me off.
Columbus right now.
Yeah, just asked you to make
Haven't
the case.
Played anybody.
Right. I made such a good case. Brad was like, wait, hold on now, hold on, wait.
Let's remind the people, there's some 2 pretty good teams that are ranked ahead of them. We have to go to the unfortunate side of that game, though, and that is, of course, LSU. And Brad, you mentioned a tough day for Brian Kelly. Maybe some staff members might be having an even tougher day. But when it comes to this LSU Tigers team, they've dropped out of the top 25. We calling curtains on the college football playoff?
Yes.
Oh, certainly college football playoff. This season is over for Brian Kelly. And we called this a few weeks
Brian
ago.
Kelly just got fired. Like, how old is this? He fired. He's not even part of the LSU core anymore.
So after the Tigers beat South Carolina 20-10, despite 2 goal line turnovers and bad play offensively, scoring points has been an issue all year long for Brian Kelly. losses to Vanderbilt and Texas A&M have transpired these last 2 weeks. Now you have a preseason top 10 team, Emily, that is out of the AP poll entirely. There's been a lot of smoke last night and today about potential staff changes coming ahead of this open date pre-Alabama. But I'm sorry, Brian Kelly's not going to be able to play scapegoat in this one after he told all of us over the summer it's college football playoff or bust.
Y'all know his buyout is $100 million. Do y'all know that? His buyout is $100 million. You have to pay this man $100 million.
Team is 5-3 after 8 games and just a shell of what they looked like offensively last season.
Listen, I know where this conversation is supposed to go. We're supposed to talk about LSU and their college football playoffs. Hope the curtain is closed on that. Can we finally close the curtain on the Brian Kelly era in Baton Rouge? Because let me read something to you. LSU coaching records in their first 4 years, and this is the last 4 head coaches. Nick Saban, 39-13. He had an SEC championship and a national championship. Les Miles, 42-11. He also had an SEC championship and a national championship. Ed Ogeron, guess what? 41-9, an SEC championship, a national championship. Brian Kelly, 34-14 with absolutely nothing to show for it. Not as much as a conference championship, playoff championship, absolutely nothing. And on top of that, let's talk about what's going on in the program right now. On top of wins and losses, what about the fact that he fired one of Brian Kelly's first moves as head coach at LSU is to fire the string staff that, by the way, they're at Texas A&M now. And why all of a sudden, in the last 2 times that Texas A&M has played LSU, in the second half alone, they beat up on them 60-6. Why is that? Because they're the more conditioned team. They're the tougher team. They're built to last for a full 60 minutes, what LSU clearly is not. We've seen that. What about that? What about the times when every time we sit and listen to Brian Kelly at a press conference, it's never I, it's never me, it's they, it's y'all, it's everybody else. Even looking at the relationships that he's had with his players where he's telling guys, you're uncoachable, you're not doing that. Watch Garrett Nussmeier and the way that he shrugged off Brian Kelly when he got pulled last night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I haven't said enough, please say more, because there are more than enough glaring reasons to move on from Brian Kelly. We sat up here and we made the case for James Franklin, Billy Napier, talking about teams that are in your conference that are not as good as you, have started to surpass you. Well, what did Texas A&M do last night? They separated themselves from LSU because they've done it twice now. They didn't just do it last year. They didn't just do it this year. They did it in Kyle Field. They did it in Baton Rouge. The proof is in the pudding. Brian Kelly needs to be out at LSU.
It is particularly damning, too, based on who they lost to those last 2
He
games.
ain't tell one lie.
And to Mike Elko, which are 2 former defensive coordinators at Notre Dame under Brian Kelly.
Hold on, I'm so glad that you just brought up Notre Dame, because I had something else that I wanted to say, and it almost slipped my mind, but you just reminded me. What about when Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, Brad Crawford, and he said, I want to go to a place, an environment where I have the resources to compete for national championships. Well, guess what? You went somewhere else. You can go anywhere in the state of Louisiana and shake a tree and get a 5-star to fall out. You've got the players. You've assembled your roster how you wanted. You were supposed to have your quarterback. You were supposed to have this defense. You have nothing to show for it. So what is it going to take? We have to gift wrap a national championship and just deliver Brian Kelly and LSU to get there? If it's not the case, then they have nothing.
Brad, can anything be fixed for this season? You're calling
I like Damian, bro. Damian gonna tell her how it is. You know, and that rub people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be mad at Damian for speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is in the world, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people mad at for speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at people just like me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and Damian, we alike in a lot of ways. You say what the freak you want to say, bro. You know, people be getting mad at facts, man. You know, you can't be a people pleaser, bro, being in the public eye. They can't care what people think. You know, say how you feel. What's on your mind, bro? I like people that say how they feel, bro. I don't like the you know, people that just be on some, like, trying to be nice, try to say certain things to, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. F your feelings. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. F your feelings, bro. But say how I feel. How I feel, you know what I'm saying? It's how I feel. I'm going to say it. And I don't give a damn how you feel about it. You know what I mean? Because people's opinions, bro, is like the freaking, like, wind. You know what I'm saying? They change. People's opinions is like the air. They change, bro. I mean, they'll say something bad about you tomorrow and then love you 3 weeks from now. No, what the freak? Who gives a dang about what people say? I'll say what the freak I want to say. Brian Kelly trash. F Brian Kelly. You know what I'm saying? F the LSU. F the whole football team. LSU K. Die L's.
Are there any moves that can be made for LSU, or we're just done?
I mean, I don't think moving on from Joe Sloan as OC is going to fix things. I don't think beating Alabama in 2 weeks is going to fix things.
They're not beating Alabama, so go and get that out your head, Brad Crawford.
OC is going to fix
So don't even
things.
think about it. Don't even let it come across your mind, Brad Crawford.
I don't think beating Alabama in 2 weeks is going to fix things.
Yeah, don't.
I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. And
Yeah.
to Damien's point, throughout the offseason, LSU put all of its resources in the middle of the table to go after a playoff spot. We heard about the 5-year losing streak in season openers. Brian Kelly finally beat Clemson and erased that skid in August. But look, Clemson's a disaster this season. So that what even a good win turned out to be. We should have seen the writing on the wall a few weeks ago, Emily.
Look, F LSU. I want to hear about Alabama.
A particular point, and as far as
Oh my God. You talk about Alabama?
I mean, with on done as offense, Pro Bowl playoff.
over Missouri, we learned.
DC and again, their group match. No, they go towards pass.
Alabama.
For the game, the hot button.
You talk about Alabama.
Why? So the Brad.
Wow. Wow.
A little bit. Academy sit.
This is crazy.
That's less than ranked is when the semis.
This is crazy, bro. Talk about Ohio State. Talk about Indiana. Talk about Georgia ain't play this weekend. I'm just like, I look at this, man. It's just blatant, just hating at this point. I'm like, you talk about every single you talk Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. Did Oregon play it? You talk about Vanderbilt, but you just don't talk about our impressive win. The best game dang near to happen. You know what I'm saying? The best game to happen in South Carolina. Our back against the wall. Amazing comeback in fourth quarter, and you don't speak nothing about it. But you speaking about some Vanderbilt. You speaking about some Ohio State and some Indiana team that's playing UCLA. Speaking about Texas A&M blowing out LSU, but you don't even speak about the best game to happen that night. CBS probably finna lose me, man. I ain't with the hating junk. I just see right through all that junk, bro. This network hates Alabama. Clear as day. You know what I'm saying? Simple. I'm done.